Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister has finally decided to answer some questions on the Mark Norman affair. So he's had plenty of time to rehearse the script and memorize the lines, and I have no doubt that he's going to talk about the specific decision to stay the charges against Mark Norman being free from political interference. But what I'd like to know is about all the evidence of other interference in this case, including his government going to great lengths to block documents from being presented to court. Why did the government go to such efforts to prevent the truth from coming out?
Right, Honourable Prime Minister.
It's important to remember where this file started. On the eve of the 2015 election, Conservatives decided to rush through a $500 million sole-sourced project. We wanted to ensure that we did our own due diligence on this decision with the new federal cabinet. That's exactly what we did. In regards to documents, the government met all of its obligations with respect to the third-party records applications. The PMO provided all documents that responded to the subpoenas directly to the Privy Council office, who determined the relevancy and suggested redactions. This was all subject to approval.
Order. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, this government went to great lengths to block those documents from coming to court. There are many occasions where this government proved that they were going to great lengths to prevent the truth from coming out, including coaching witnesses and departmental officials using code words to avoid access to information laws. Does the Prime Minister believe that this is normal behavior for a government when a decorated Vice Admiral is fighting for his career, his reputation, and his personal freedom?
You're here.
Right, Honourable Prime Minister.
As everyone knows, the decision to suspend Vice Admiral Norman was taken independently by the Chief of Defence Staff. Any accusations otherwise are simply absurd. We fully respect the independence of the processes in place. But again, on the documents, Mr. Speaker, the government met all of its obligations with respect to third-party records applications. The PMO provided all documents that responded to the subpoenas directly to the Privy Council office, who determined relevancy and suggested redactions subject to approval by the judge.
Chef de l'Opposition.
Well, Mr. Speaker, once again, the Prime Minister is acting like the justice system is there to reward his friends and punish his enemies. They spent years trying to fight the release of those documents in court. There are serious allegations that need to be investigated about coaching witnesses, using code names to get around access to information laws. So will the Prime Minister allow the Defence Committee to investigate these serious allegations, or will he pull a page right out of the SNC Lavalin playbook and use his power to shut it down?
Right, Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, on this side of the House, we understand that committees operate independently and make their own decisions about how to proceed. This is yet again another example of the Conservatives wanting to talk about anything other than the economy, anything other than our budget, anything other than what we've been doing to help create jobs for Canadians, to lift 825,000 Canadians out of poverty, bring the lowest unemployment in 40 years, keep doing the things for the middle class that the Canadians elected us to do.
Order. I'm afraid I have to remind the member for Calgary, Signal Hill not to yell throughout when someone else is speaking. We speak one at a time, and now it's the Honourable Leader of the Opposition who has the turn.
Mr. Speaker, this Prime Minister gave $10.5 million to Omar Khadr, a convicted terrorist, so that he wouldn't have to fight him in court. But when it comes to a decorated naval officer who has put his career making Canadians safe, this Prime Minister spared no expense fighting him in court. Why the double standard?
Right, Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, on this side of the House, we respect the judiciary, we respect our independent judicial process, and we will not stoop to the kinds of petty and, quite frankly, distasteful political games that the members opposite are engaged in right now. They are so desperate to not talk about the economic numbers, the job growth, the impact on Canadians.
Order. No, it's not time. There's far too much noise. Members ought to have respect for the notion that one member at a time should be speaking, the member who has the floor. Member who is recognized. The Right Honourable Prime Minister has the floor.
Mr. Speaker, once again, we see the Conservatives stuck not being able to do anything but sling mud because Canadians, 1 million of them, have new jobs because the Canadian economy is going well. We lowered unemployment to record levels. We're continuing to